Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm really excited to be able to bring you a review, my thoughts, some swatches, swatch comparisons, as well as just a really quick get ready with me on this look that you see here on the new Tom Ford Extreme Mercurial Quad that just released a day or two ago. If you're interested in seeing this beautiful color story and how it compares to others, then just keep watching. Alright guys, thanks so much for clicking on my video. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the new Tom Ford Extreme holiday release. It's the Tom Ford Mercurial Quad. It comes in really beautiful limited edition packaging. I'm so excited about it. I think it just released a day or two ago. But yeah, let's talk about it. I knew that when I saw it, I wanted it. Like no questions asked. I want to get into some swatch comparisons. I want to talk about what my thoughts are in general for the holiday releases, and then show you dry versus wet swatches because this does come in the wet dry formula. So yeah, first of all, let's just talk about this packaging. My goodness. So it came in this limited edition holiday, cardboard packaging. This is also so extremely reflective. Like it is just beautiful when you look at it. Then when you open up the quad, when you take it out of the box, it comes in this pouch, but usually we see Tom Ford quads in like the brown packaging with the brown pouch. So this is really beautiful. This is like a great color. Then when you start to slip it out, check that out. I mean, it is so extremely reflective. You see my fingers on it, but it's like a mirror. I mean, it's so reflective. I can't even show you straight on, but it is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I mean, it's a full-on mirror. Then we open it up and this is what we find. Look at how beautiful those colors are. Now again, even though it had like these berry colors, it was also these lighter shimmers up here that kind of drew me in. But just collectively having a quad with these colors, I felt was just so pretty. They come in the wet dry formula, so I knew that we could get some really beautiful opacity from it. And so I had to have it. I had to check it out. This is the look that I created, and oh my goodness, you guys, like once you guys start to see these shadows go down and how they layer on top of another, but in the most beautiful way, you're gonna lose your mind. You might want it. So I'm happy that I get to show you what these look like on medium skin tone, because again, like your skin tone has a lot to do with how the shadows will look on you, how opaque they will be, what the color payoff will be. And so again, just happy that I get to share this with you. There's a few other new additions to my collection where I felt like maybe there's some of these shades already in there. I instantly thought of Mitza. When looking at it, really the only one that kind of reminds me of this quad is the darker shade in this mini palette. Then I also, have been obsessed with the Dior Quince, and I thought, you know what, it kind of looks a little bit like Mitza, maybe. And I think this is the one that's the closest to that color story. So the only difference here is that these two lighter shades are like topper shades. They're not very opaque. These two, we'll swatch them next to each other, but it reminded me of that. And then also kind of reminded me of the Trafalgar Rouge, the new Dior Quint that I just reviewed on my channel. At the same time, like seeing a quad collectively in one place just kind of inspires you differently. We may find some similarities, but I'm still very excited to have it. So let's start off by doing that. Let's start off by swatching the ones that I think are similar to the others and then swatching them together. So I'm gonna go in with this berry color first and show you what that looks like. This is the new Tom Ford, and that's in the lighter berry color there. Then I instantly think of Mitza with that middle shade there. Now, I don't see as much sheen in the Dior Mitza as I do in the Tom Ford, so there's that difference there, but let's just swatch them. So it still looks a little different. I think this one's a little bit bronzier than this one. This one's a little bit more red. And again, that's the middle shade in the Mitza Quint. And then we have the red one here with Rouge Trafalgar, which I think this one's too red, but let's just swatch it anyway. And let's see what we get there. Yeah, this is completely different. So it's very red. So it's going to be closest to the middle center shade in Mitza. And again, this is Tom Ford. Then another shade that I think is extremely similar is this one here, which is like a deep chocolate slash maroon slash burgundy berry something. Let's just go ahead and swatch that for you so you can see what it looks like. And so this is the Tom Ford. So it does pull a lot more chocolate. I mean, in the pan, it almost looks a little berry. And we have this deep color here. This one to me right off the bat looks a little more maroon, but who knows, maybe, because it is pulling chocolate on my finger. So a little bit more purple there, actually. This one's pulling more chocolate. This is a little more purple. And again, that was the darkest shade in Mitza. Let's try the darkest one in the Mini Zendo, because I do think that that one might be a contender. And again, look at my fingers, guys. They're all looking the same. But this is the one, the darkest shade in the Mini Zendo. That didn't swatch very well, so let me re-swatch that. So this is the Mini Zendo. And again, more chocolate, more purple. And then we have that one kind of in between. And it has sheen also. And then the last one that I can compare it to is this purpley color in the Trafalgar Quint. Let me show you what that looks like there. Okay, that's probably closest in between here. Well, it's even a little more purple and more sheeny. So although they're all very, very similar, I mean, when you look at it here in person, they look really similar. This is probably the lightest, which is the Mini Zendo, but the two Dior Quints and the Tom Ford look very, very similar. So that's why, of course, like I said, it kind of reminds me of, you know, we're seeing a lot of berries, a lot of chocolates in holiday collections this year. And so, you know, that's instantly what it reminded me of. But again, having certain colors together just kind of inspires you differently. And so that's kind of why I don't really mind. There's another very, very popular recent release that it also reminded me of, which were these puppies here. Now I'm gonna work on these in a different Chantecaille video because I have a full face of Chantecaille that's coming up for holiday edition. But I want to just swatch the deeper shade and see. I believe that's the Crane. So let's swatch the Crane next to the deepest one in the Tom Ford Quad and see. So again, this is Tom Ford. That's what it looks like. And guys, I did that very lightly. It just swatches so beautifully. And then we're gonna swatch this Crane one, which to be honest, it's just so luminescent and sheen. This looks more like Mini Zendo. But here is the, yeah, that looks like Mini Zendo. So this is Crane right here. Let's try Mini Zendo one more time. See what we get there. Huh. They just, it's the undertones that are all so different. I mean, that kind of makes me feel better because at least I know that I'm not, you know, purchasing more than one thing in one color. But the undertones are so different. So I always love to do these comparison swatches. And so, yeah, when we talk about the formula in all of the shadows that I've just shown you are winners. They're just so, so beautiful. I would say that I have seen the Chantecaille, you know, in wet, being in a wet, dry formula situation. Tom Ford, obviously, anytime you see the TF embossed, that means that they can perform wet or dry. So that's great. I haven't really tried wetting my Dior Quints. So there's that, and I didn't try wetting the Mini Zendo. You know, I don't know. It was something about this color story, like I said, that just kind of spoke to me, so I wanted it. But again, we find a lot of similarities, but they're still not exactly the same. They're different. They have different undertones. They look different on different skin tones, and so that's another reason why I was so excited to get this up, because on my medium skin tone, that's what these colors look like. And so let me just give you a quick peek. I mean, the colors look stunning. They're extremely pigmented. These are all on dry. I did not wet any of them. And you know, they're just absolutely gorgeous. That being said, why don't we work on some wet, dry swatches? I'm gonna go in dry on this first hand and then I'll go wet on the second one. And I'm just gonna start this way. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the lighter colors. Look at how beautiful and reflective that is. Very opaque. I'm kind of glad that there's, ooh, look at that rose gold opacity there. That's beautiful. I'm kind of glad that we don't have any topper shades in these quads because I don't always use them. This is the dark chocolate color that we've been comparing. Super beautiful. And then here is the berry color. So those are swatched dry and very, very opaque, very beautiful. Now let me just swatch them wet. I'll go in the same order that I did the other hand. I'll do one at a time because I am not like an expert at doing this, so. It does look more foiled. I'll compare them afterwards, but you know, definitely a beautiful swatch. Here is the second one. Again, very foiled, very beautiful, but the first ones look beautiful too. Okay. I'm gonna... It does look a little more foiled, but it's still very, very beautiful. A little bit intensified and deep, which is what wetting the shadow should do. And then here is the final color. And that did not switch well at all. Maybe a little more sheeny, but nothing crazy. So just so you guys can see, I think the first three shades do look a little more foiled. Top is dry, bottom is wet. The bottom three look a little more foiled wet. But either way, they both swatch absolutely beautiful. So let's talk about the price. The price is the standard price as every other Tom Ford quad. It retails for $88. I got it today, so that means that I got my 20% off for my Rouge discount during the Sephora Savings Holiday event. So definitely go run and get it if that's what you're looking to get with your discount. I think it is such a beautiful, beautiful color story. The way that they applied and the way that they layered one on top of another when I was creating this look is just insane. I wanted to provide some swatch comparisons. I wanted to talk a little bit about the formula, show you some swatches, and just let you know, like, this color story, just overall across all brands, is a winner for me. I think it really complements my eyes, and just other skin tones that I've seen, like on deeper skin tones as well as really light complexions, just looks really pretty, really, really pretty. I've seen some other light looks created with similar color stories, so I'm just so excited about it. Now let's go ahead and go into the application process of the video, and then I also will share just some updates on like the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So let's go ahead and do that now. Before we do, make sure and give me a like if you like what you see. Also, make sure and subscribe. We're just gearing up for a really beautiful giveaway right before Christmas, and I'd love for you to be a part of that. Also, go and find me on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I love to stay in touch with all of you and just communicate back and forth on new releases, on makeup tips and tricks. Sometimes you guys are asking me for swatch comparisons between different palettes. I love to do all of that with you guys, so make sure and go find me there. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on having all these chocolates and berries and shimmery colors for holiday. Like, are you digging them or not? Of all the palettes that I showed you today for swatch comparisons, like, which one are you leaning towards? If you want to see additional swatches for the rest of the color stories, make sure and let me know. I'm happy to do that, and I can just put that up on Instagram. So let's go ahead and get into the demo portion of the video. I think that for today's look, I want to do a smoky look, but I kind of want this berry color to be the star of the show. So I'm going to wing it, but let's see what we come up with. I'm sure it will be pretty. So I'm gonna start with my Sonia G Jumbo Blender, and I'm going to go into the deep dark chocolate color. And I'm just going into it dry. And I'm just going to start by depositing it down. I have to tell you that, like, when we started getting sneak peeks about the holiday releases and everything was berry and pink and purple, I wasn't too into it. I didn't have a lot of that in my collection. It's not what I'm drawn to. I'm usually drawn to color like greens and purples and blues, but like the bright colors. But I'm really enjoying it, actually. Look at how rich that chocolate is, you guys. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And so I started seeing the holiday releases, and I was like, I'm just not that into you, you know, like, come on. And, you know, but at the same time, the more that I've experimented with them, which I'm really enjoying, like, I feel like, you know, the mini Zendo for me and what I've purchased has really kicked that off. But I do have, you know, the Chantecaille Luminescent eye shades, which I'm also getting those vibes from. We have this. I feel like there's been a lot of releases with like berries and stuff. So like, I don't know. I'm kind of digging it. But oh my God, you guys, this color. So rich and so beautiful. And this is just dry. Look at that. Let me close my eyes so you guys can see. That is stunning. Really, really beautiful. Okay. I think I'm just gonna, again, I don't even know what I'm doing, guys, but I think I'm gonna just layer colors on top of colors and kind of see what we come up with and maybe try to create some kind of halo effect. I'm gonna go in with my reference number 2 into the berry color. I'm going in dry first to see what opacity level we can accomplish on top of the chocolate brown color. And I'm just going in the middle. That's still pretty opaque, actually. Do you guys see that? Whoa, you can really see it on camera. Yeah, it's really opaque over the chocolate brown. I'm kind of following that technique that All Feisty uses, that if you want a color to really pop, you go over a black. Like you set a matte black down first. Obviously, this is not a black, but it's a darker color. And look at that. For me, I want to go into the crease a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a reference number 13 and just go lightly in with the rose gold shimmer first and kind of blow out the chocolate a little bit and see what happens. Nothing crazy, just try to blow it out a little bit. Blowing out slightly, which is what I want. Like, I still want to keep the color condensed to the lower part of the eye, but just, you know, a little bit. I think that looks pretty. It's blowing out nicely. Wow, look at that, guys. I love it. I love it, honey. And you know, one of my all-time favorite quads, I've said this so many times on my channel, but I just love it so much, and I use it a lot more than I ever talk about, because, you know, I don't want to bore anybody, but it's my double indemnity Tom Ford quad. It was one of the first quads that I bought, and I just love that one so much. I think it's so appropriate for so many different looks. Oh my God. Like vampy, berry, like all those vibes, you know? Yes. Love it. Love it. Okay. Now I don't know if I'm going to ruin it. I don't know. Don't come for me. But I think I'm going to take the lightest shade of the shimmers there and just lightly go into the middle like a halo within a halo within a halo. Sitch. Oh, that is so opaque. Like, I did not expect it to show up that much. But the layering on top of the layering is really working out. I'm gonna go with my flat definer into the berry to kind of, you know, spread it out a little bit so that it looks like a gradient effect, but that is just gorgeous. Do you guys see that? Oh my God, I know you guys see it because I see it in my viewfinder. That is insanely beautiful. What are we gonna do on the lower lash line? Oh my God, that's so gorgeous. Yes, I'm excited. Ugh. Sometimes I get really scared that I'm going to screw up the whole look and I'm just not going to be able to create something beautiful, you know? So when it works out kind of like I won't, like I'm happy. Okay, I am going to continue with the dark theme and just vamp it up everywhere. And I'm going to go in again with my darker shade and my flat definer. And I'm just going to continue that story very, very lightly because as we saw, it's a very opaque, very pigmented. Okay guys, so let's talk about this 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Luckily, I had been preparing for it for a while, so I feel like I'm ready to go. There's a couple other things that I got to add to it last minute because new stuff is released every day. I mean, for the most part, it's just a collection of some of my favorite things that I just wanted to share and pass on to someone, you know? I think a lot of us have a lot of these things, but a lot of us don't. And if somebody else that hasn't experienced certain luxury beauty finds that are favorites of mine, if I can share that with somebody, I just love that. And I'm so excited that we were able to do this before Christmas because man, you're about to get a really, really nice Christmas gift from me. So basically, like, I want to do an unboxing so that you guys know exactly what's in it. And we're going to give it, you know, I think I'm going to hold it open for quite some time because not everybody watches YouTube right away, or sometimes, you know, you miss a video for some reason. And I just want everybody to have a chance to be able to enter this giveaway. I think it's going to be open for a few weeks maybe. But that's what I'm thinking. But I'll do the unboxing so that everybody can see what's in there. And then, yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to go back into the lightest shade just to kind of highlight my brow bone a little bit. I am excited that this quad didn't have any topper shades. I'm excited that all of them were very opaque. Even the highlight shades were just really popping. So I love that. So like, what's next? Like, let me tell you about what I'm planning. So I think that I do want to be a little more active in December. I'm gonna stick to like more fun, like, oh my god, you guys, what did we do? This is so pretty. I'm gonna stick with more like entertaining videos, you know, like I might do some monochromatic looks, like just stuff like that. Like, I just want to keep it light. I'm not gonna be purchasing a lot in December, and probably, I mean, in November a little bit, but I'm not going to be purchasing much in December, not only because I'm going to be focused on uploading more content, but also because, you know, it's Christmas. I have kids. Like, I need to invest my money in other things. So I definitely want to get creative with my video content ideas. So if you guys have any suggestions, I would welcome those, because I want to be able to create stuff that you guys want to watch, you know? That's what our eyes are looking like right now. Oh my gosh. To say that I'm excited is like such an understatement. I am just through the moon. I saw the quad. I had a vision for it, but I didn't know if it was going to work. So I think that this is very close to what I was thinking. I'm so excited. Let me throw on some liner, some lashes, and maybe a lip. Maybe we'll decide, and then we'll come back on. Okay guys, so here's the final look. I am so excited by this little quad. I knew when I saw the color story that it had in it that I instantly wanted it. I knew that it was going to be beautiful. I think that it does compare to some berry tones that we're seeing and some other holiday releases. However, you really just can't beat the Tom Ford formula. I think it's gorgeous. I didn't wet any of these shades on this look, and it was still so extremely pigmented. However, as you saw earlier, I did swatch next to each other with dry and wet swatches so that you guys could see how they changed a little bit when you wet the formula. I'm so excited by this quad. I think it was the perfect choice for me. Let me know what you guys think. Like, what do you guys think about the look? What do you guys think about the berries being in a lot of our color stories? I think we saw it in Suku as well. Even though this is similar to other shades that we compared to earlier, I still feel like it's a beautiful quad to have. I think that the colors are pretty much classics in my opinion. You can use them year round, so I did like that about it as well. Just based on how beautifully this dark chocolate brown performed, and then how all the colors layered onto each other so beautifully. Like, it's just, I don't know, it can quickly become one of my favorites. So I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite shades are during this holiday season that you've been seeing. Let me know if you're thinking about picking up this quad. Please tag me in your looks. I always love when you guys do that, or you guys message me just a picture of what you're working on. I just love that. So make sure and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Definitely ring the bell so that you will be notified of all my future uploads. Go and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All of my information is linked down below in the description box, or it is in the About tab when you go to my channel here on YouTube. I love to connect with all of you guys on Instagram and Twitter. That's really why I do this, because I want to find other people that are as obsessed about makeup as I am. So definitely go and follow me there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please stay tuned for that 1,000 subscriber giveaway unboxing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!